Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Oh, Joe.
So, look at this. We're together. So, welcome to Unleashed. We are having an international conference in 2024. And a wonderful thing, if you're following Marissa and now me sometimes too, is you see we do things online, but we are actually in the same place at the same time on a actual Sunday morning. So, kind of giving the glory while we were together
Yes.
as well. And we decided, well, we've been telling you from the DR, we've been telling you from the Zoom boxes, and now we're telling you together, you need to join us because we're doing so much. And it was so important, even to us, that's why we found our way to each other. Traveled a few miles while Maurice has been back in the United States. And here we are. So we're going to talk about Unleash and we're going to talk about some of our other book projects. So that's what y'all did. She is. She's
Oh,
here.
yes, live and in person. And I'm gonna tell on us.
Yes.
So we met up so we can eat.
So we can eat.
And we went to my favorite spot, and I believe it's a little bit of Natasha's
it's a
favorite,
good breakfast
Dr. P.
place.
IHOP, the International House of
To
Pancakes.
talk about the international conference.
Right, there you go. So we're excited to be here. A lot of times she's in one frame and then I'm in the other. And it's so nice to actually be in the same space at the same time. And we're super excited. So why are we here? Why are we coming together? Why are we talking to you this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever time zone you're in, to talk to you about Unleashed. We are looking for authors and we are filling up. So we're doing a couple of book projects. So I'm gonna inject something that hasn't been spoken about, but I'm gonna inject that in here as well too. We're doing In His Presence. That's one anthology that we're working on. Now that's a huge authors project because we're looking for 365 authors. And we've hired a team to come in and help us, a marketing team to come in and help us to reach that number because that is a large number. And we're doing good. We're not rushing that project. We're letting God take the lead in His presence. That's what it's all about. And many people ask me, why am I doing In His Presence? Because the things that we are desiring to do, the vision, the dreams, the accomplishments, the goals that we have. I'm often asked, how do I do it? Well, I do it because I've been in His presence, going into His presence, in His presence. And so this is an opportunity for those who love God, who know that He has blessed them, to give and bear testimony to how He has blessed them and what that feels like to be in His that feel the same way. They feel the same way. They're crazy for Jesus and they want to share their testimony with others who may have lost hope. We're talking about mental health, nowadays after the pandemic. But this is where hope is renewed, at least for me and for those who think and believe like me and who have the experience being in His presence and what comes out of that. And so I highly recommend, if you need a stirring up of your faith, if you need a refreshing, or you need to be around people, we have meetings every Monday night. And then during those meetings, we get in His presence, honey. And we don't do it religiously. We do it naturally because that's what He wants. He wants a natural relationship that's not full of strife. You don't want the strife to get in God's presence. You just have to have an open heart and an open mind to receive and be with Him. Then the other project is Unleashed. Now, Unleashed is, we are looking for authors who are just like, look, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to take center stage. I'm going to own it. And I am going to maximize and tap into and unleash my unlimited potential. We want radical authors for this. We want individuals who know what it's like to have to press through the mess to get to God's best in their life, their career, or their business. And they know what comes out of pressing and getting to the finish line, and wanting to encourage individuals who read, want to encourage them beyond any kind of obstacle, any kind of challenge, any kind of setback. We want authors who are ready to tell other people through what they've lived through, how to, just be totally 100 and a gazillion percent true to themselves, so that they can show up true to the world, and that they can empower others to do the same. There's no reason why we need to be walking around this earth not knowing who we are, not knowing what we're made of, and not operating in our full unleashed potential. And so we're having a conference. We're having a conference in April of 2024. If you're interested, just email me at ownitpublishing@gmail.com and say, hey, Marissa, I'm interested. What's going on with this conference, this international conference? Right. There is a huge surprise. On Saturday, we're doing a major event, which I know if you have a desire to be a public speaker, you want to make sure you tap into. You don't want to miss this opportunity. And it's cost effective. It's not costly at all to participate. And just reach out. ownitpublishing@gmail.com, because Own It Magazine is not just a magazine. We're also a magazine and publishing company. And we would love to have you. And the Own It Unleashed is filling up. We're getting close to our max on authors. So make sure that you don't waste any time, that you get in before you miss your spot, because we only have a slot for 57 authors. There's only a slot for 100 participants in the conference. So you want to make sure that you get on board, that you secure your spot, because there's only going to be 100 people. And last year, limited advertising, we had 35 individuals sign up, and we would have had standing room only last year had I had numbers fast enough. It is in the Dominican Republic, where I live and stay and love. Oh my God, I love it. Can't wait to be back. But it's in the Dominican Republic, and it is April. It is the last week in April, that Wednesday. And I believe it's it's either the 24th or the 26th, but it is that Wednesday to Sunday. We want you to check out and get your flight out of town back to the country on Monday. We want everyone to be able to stay for the full day on Sunday, because we will be doing some things to celebrate the closeout of the conference and everything like that. And we'll do that on Sunday. So we want your flights to be on Monday. Hotel and conference fees will be included in your packaging. Only thing you'll be responsible on your own is your flight to the Dominican Republic. You won't even be responsible for your ground transportation. Own It Magazine and Publishing will take care of that as part of your package. We have drivers that will come pick you up from the airport, bring you back to the hotel. It is a conference and retreat, so you'll have a funky good time.
We really will.
Right? We did that last year. And so I'm gonna digress. But there's one more project that we have coming up, and I have not really shared this with too many people. But we have Confident and Sexy. I'm breaking all the rules, and this is a women's anthology. Small group of women that'll be speaking to what's going on in the relationships between friendships, friendship relationships, sister relationships, auntie and nieces relationships. But how important it is for us to get past jealousy, to get past competing, to get free from being bitter and indifferent because life didn't serve you well. That's what Confident and Sexy is. And it's Confident and Sexy. I'm breaking all the rules. I'm breaking all the rules that go with cliquish behavior, that you have to be a part of a certain group or a certain requirement. We need to encourage one another. We need to build one another up, so that we're not creating toxic and damaging relationships, drama and trauma. We're not generating that unnecessarily in our own gender. If we want men to respect us, we as women have to respect each other first. And we set the tone for what we say is acceptable by our counterpart men, by the way that we treat each other in the sisterhood. So Confident and Sexy, I'm breaking all the rules. If you sexy and you know it, clap your hands. Reach out to me. Own It Magazine and Publishing. Dr. P, talk to us about what what did you experience earlier this year at our first conference?
So one of the best things to even be able to say this, this was my first trip since the pandemic started. So for me, it was just even getting on a plane again and going somewhere. So we already know, we all have gone through a lot of things. Just the ease of the trip, when Marissa says that we did this, we did that, getting there, believe it or not, really was easy. It was really inexpensive too. It wasn't $1 million airplane ticket. The DR is not that far. Most of your connections will probably be in Florida, so that's not far. And it was smooth. We, there was some weather troubles in a couple places with people coming back. That was something that we couldn't.
You can't control. That's part of the course in travel.
Even the airlines, they accommodated all of our people getting back, and that was the blessing in it, because we stayed really connected. We had multiple forms of ways of communicating, so nobody was on their own.
Yeah,
and that was important. So it's just we call ourselves the Own It family, and that's how we took care of each other. That's how we still function. That's why we can do things, and this is why we can keep going with each other. It's part of a lot of what I know our conference this year talked about. Is people talked about the healing, and everybody comes from different backgrounds, doing different things, but everyone found a healing in being there this year. So just about everyone that went last year, this year, 23, they're already planning to go in 24. So that's another reason why it has to be extended. Yeah. But this is something you need. This is something that will allow you to step out of your comfort zone. You've heard Marissa and I, especially when I'm on, last year this time, she would not have been able to get me near a computer to talk to anybody online. that's still happening. That's still happening. It's a process for me. So even though we're the ones, we write, we edit, we author, we publish, we know what it takes. And we've been those people in a way that have pushed other people forward. That's kind of my mantra. That's why now, though, we know how important it is, because behind the scenes, we've been doing things. We've been helping other people own it. But now it's time, because we know how important people talk to us. And now we know what other people need to talk about. They need to know how to be in God's presence. A lot of our background and things you hear us talk about, we're talking about education and youth and women and men and the love relationship and the relationship with God, getting up, doing power of prayer. But that's so specific to how we operate and how we want other people to operate. So what you're getting when you're talking about working with us and doing different things and just becoming an Own It family and getting in the anthologies, is because we're literally practicing what we're preaching, getting it out there, letting people speak, letting people communicate, getting the healing, getting rid of the bitterness. If you need something different, this is what you need. So just like she said, make sure you go ahead and connect. But you see all the platforms are on. Connect with us.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that even when we do all of this, you look at this on a record again, you can see different ways and make sure whoever you want to talk to, whatever you need, if you're a male, you're female, you might need an older person to give some wisdom to you. You might need someone to pray with you. That's what we're here for. Yeah. It's a whole bunch of us loving on each other, loving on you. And we want you to speak up, because some of the stories of when we get on, and like when you're talking about Monday night. So she'll still be here. We won't be in the boxes together. Yeah. But people come on and we worship together.
Yes.
So yes, this is Sunday, but Monday cometh. And we get together and just sometimes just what do you need next? And just some of the people that are already coming on. The things that people have gone through, we can all make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we can all help each other. So it's just important to me, because I know what we're trying to do, and we know we're going to do it. We are going to be unleashed, and we're going to do it, continuing even in His presence.
Yes, so yes. And folks can't take you where they haven't gone. And I can tell you right now, I'm unleashed. I'm unleashed, and I'm so excited. And I want you to be unleashed. I want you to feel the freedom, the liberation that comes from just allowing yourself to be who you were meant to be. And then, just like Dr. P said, she said, she wasn't one to come out and to do this. But guess what? In my travels here in the U.S. for the last 3 weeks, Dr. P volunteered, and she has been hosting the Power of Prayer. She's been hosting BTG, which is Bridging the Gap, Strategizing for Student Success. And this wasn't even on her platform, but she's hosting the Author's Corner. I mean, she has just stepped up to the plate and she's doing a darn thing. And what people don't realize that in what I did with Own It, the anthology, which is a #1 bestseller, Amazon #1 bestseller, professional development, which is where you want to be, right? Yes. You want to, if you want to be categorized as a bestseller, you want to be categorized in an area which is going to give you validation, right? It's going to credential you to say you are someone who is speaking to the industry. And so #1, Amazon #1 bestseller, professional development. But guess what? Along the journey, we provided, Own It provided each one of the authors 8-week speaking, public speaking training. That will be provided for those who are interested. It's just going to be something where, as long as you sign up, you'll get the videos that we've already done. They're already completed. You'll get those videos, and then you'll be able to use those videos to practice and prepare. Because a part of the conference is that we offer speaking opportunities. You can come and you can speak. You can pitch what it is that you do. You can collaborate. There is a freedom level of collaborating and networking that is so encouraged and supported, that you collaborate among yourselves. So the 100 people that will be here, be in the Dominican Republic next year, you'll have those people to collaborate with. A lot of, we call it the family because of, a family that prays together stays together, right? So you have that access to those people, and we do the fundamental grassroots ground foundational building. And that is, now you see Dr. P, she is very comfortable speaking, but practice makes perfect. If you do not have a platform which you constantly have practices, Own It is live throughout the week. Right. There's always somewhere that your background, your skill set, somewhere along the way that you can fit in. It's Your Life, Own It. It's Monday. Tuesday, the Author's Corner. Wednesdays, the Power of Prayer. Thursday, TCS Consulting, organizational and leadership development, everything HR and organizational development. That's on Thursdays. Thursday evening is BTG, Bridging the Gap, strategizing for student success. Friday is date night, Sweetheart Before I Say I Do. So we talk about the love relationship. So there's somewhere in all of this that you fit in. And then we have Own It, which is the magazine itself. Then we have Own It Lifestyles and Leisure Living. Then we have Own It, the BTG. So those are all different shows that we have where we're hosting other visionaries, we're hosting other publishers, we're hosting other business professionals across industries. And so there's somewhere for you to become proficient in what you do. A lot of times as entrepreneurs, you're figuring it out, right? You have a product, but you don't know how to sell it. You have services, but you don't know how to package them. You have services and you have products, but you don't know how to sell them, right? So when you come here, you get everything. You get all of that. And the biggest thing that I want to inspire you to do is step outside your comfort zone and get really serious about tapping into and unleashing your unlimited potential. You can't do that without a support or a community that can support you in your rising up, that has, like she said, people who have wisdom, people who know how to roll up their sleeves and actually do the real work that's going to get you tangible, real results. That's what Own It offers you. And we offer it to you at reasonable, listen, everybody's got to get paid, but it's reasonable for you. And the amount of support and resources that you get, priceless, because it's our agenda to see you succeed. It's our agenda to see. And the more that you succeed, the more that you grow, the more that you step outside your comfort zone, the more that you show up. See, we can offer it, but you have to show up. Dr. P had to show up and do the lives by herself without me. She had to show up for herself in order for her to talk to you with the level of confidence and expertise that she's talking to you. And she sounds real good. You got to show up for yourself. I can help you, but I can't do it for you. And I'm not going to do it for you, because for me to do it for you is like, I need to have your life too, because I'm actually doing it for you. I don't want your life. I want you to have your life. I want you to be successful. I want you to be able to spin off and do your own thing. Dr. P can go and do whatever she wants. She can have her own show. She can run her own magazine. She can do whatever she wants, because she has now the skill set to do that, right? And it's because Own It offers a consistent opportunity for you to show up and exercise your skills as the CEO of your life, your career, or your business. And so that's what this is about. And so we are looking forward to you. Like I said, limited space. Don't sit on this. We will be moving quickly to prepare. And like I said, there's something major that's going to be happening on Saturday that you will want to participate. It's a life changer. It's a game changer, but it's only going to be made known to those people who are serious and ready to take their business, their career to the next level. And so just reach out to us. Own it publishing at gmail.com. It's just that simple. So what are your thoughts?
I love that you said that, because as I was saying that's part of it. I teach other people to communicate. I have done it for years. So the part of me that just didn't want to do this is the part that I needed to make myself do. So I say that to say, what part of you are you still waiting to figure out and be comfortable with, and all of that? So that speaks volumes when you think about it. It just really does. So one of the good things you'll see is summertime. Marissa's going to go back home. We're together right now. Again, when we're together, we're in the same city anyway. So that's why this happens a little bit more often. But I speak that to say you'll see us together again by September.
Yeah.
I'm going to the DR. Though.
Yeah, she got to come. She got to come with me.
I'm going to the DR. So that's even more beautiful, because the summer will be ending here in the United States.
And it's always summer in the DR.
And it's always summer in the DR. I still have the tan from everything summer. But I speak that to say, there's going to be these opportunities throughout everything that we're doing. And we want you to come on board. You're going to see both of us over the next maybe month on purpose. So we're going to be different places. So week before last, you saw a live when I was with Dr. Janet. Then you saw her last week at Hakeem's bookstore. I'm going to a conference this week. She's going home. You're going to see some more lives, because we want to go to people and let them know, more than the box. You want to be a part of everything. So stay tuned on purpose to be where we are. And then you come be where we are.
Yeah, you come join the Own It family.
This was great. We did this with each other. So thank you for welcoming us into your space as we welcomed each other into the space again, because we got a chance to actually hug each other. So enjoy your day. You're going to see this again on purpose. So give us your thoughts. We always say that. Give us your thoughts, because that's what the social media says. And come be unleashed. Come be in his presence. Come join us in the Own It family, and then make it your own. So.
And make it your own. Yes. It's your life. Own it.
All right. See you.